You are unprepared for this. The price of XRP Ripple coin may potentially ascend above $3,000 rapidly. They possess evidence to substantiate their claims. Despite appearing implausible, Ripple is poised to prevail in its lawsuit against the SEC imminently. This may represent the most significant indicator of a bull market to yet. Once, this film will astonish you. Let us bypass all extraneous details and address the core issue directly. Rest in peace. Benny Ripple. The litigation between ABS and the SEC has been ongoing for some time and has now reached its zenith. Tokens such as XRP, fundamental to Ripple's payment mechanism, have been scrutinized by the cryptocurrency community for over 4 years. This has come to symbolize the broader struggle for definitive regulations regarding digital assets. Significant dates are approaching, and substantial modifications are being implemented in the process, indicating that a final settlement is nearer than ever. Adetoina, an expert in cryptocurrency curves, encapsulated the situation in a tweet stating, "Here is what follows for XRP. Although there remains some legal ambiguity to resolve, the SEC lawsuit appears poised for imminent resolution. This is a significant issue that might impact Ripple and the entire cryptocurrency sector for an extended period. The SEC must submit a report to the U.S. Court of Appeals regarding the subject by June 16. This date is significantly important." Bill Morgan, an attorney closely monitoring the case, stated that this fresh information, the SEC may initiate a 60-day time frame in which it must demonstrate, alongside previous hearings that identified concerns for potential appellate review, whether it intends to continue its appeal or abandon the matter. If any party submits further documents or information, the formal procedure to conclude the case may commence. However, if no party replies, it may indicate a clandestine ceasefire is being negotiated in private. The latest developments occurred after the SEC and Ripple requested an indicative ruling, but their request was denied. Both parties requested Judge Annalisa Torres to evaluate a specific issue and consider the possibility of lifting a long-standing injunction prior to the litigation, was remanded to her courtroom from the appellate level. Judge Torres denied the request, stating it did not adhere to the regulations. He also stated that the parties could no longer submit requests in that manner. If they wished to proceed similarly, they would need to properly format and resend the request. A significant sum of $50 may be transferred upon reaching a settlement. $1 million might be allocated to the SEC, while the remaining escrow assets could be returned to Ripple. This alteration could restore Ripple's financial independence and influence the liquidity of XRP in the major market. A lengthy document from a third party that has recently appeared on the court's docket contributes to the enigma. This unforeseen paper criticized the result, however it is unlikely to alter the results. The Howey test is a legal criterion employed by the SEC to determine whether an asset qualifies as a security. The filing contradicts the SEC's primary stance by challenging the concept of investment contracts for autonomous cryptocurrencies. The public's interest in this case and the legal circumstances are both highly charged. Financial regulators and legal practitioners, all cryptocurrency users, are monitoring current developments. Numerous individuals question if the regulations governing investment plans in the 1800s remain applicable for regulating blockchain technology in contemporary times. Recent tweets indicate that the company continues to see growth. A considerable number of individuals concur with Jack the Rippler, a prominent personality within the XRP community. The community said that the SEC announced it would conduct its final cryptocurrency roundtable to address crypto DeFi on June 9. Individuals invested in cryptocurrencies will not delay in observing the court's outcome, since the verdict may establish a precedent that extends well beyond Ripple's jurisdiction. The situation will deteriorate if they concede or if the courts render another decision in favor of Ripple for the SEC's comprehensive strategy to classify crypto assets as equities. This would signify a substantial alteration in the regulations, impacting the timing of new token releases. Deploying assets on platforms and engaging developers to create decentralized applications as anticipated. Thus, they may be confident that Ripple will prevail. Cryptocurrency experts are making the most outrageous forecasts. A significant shockwave may ensue inside the cryptocurrency sector if Ripple attains success. XRP may surge, regulations could alter, necessitating rapid adjustments from major stakeholders. Some of these astonishing assertions will astound you, therefore you ought to heed them. No individual in the cryptocurrency realm is expressing audible exhalations at this moment. If you have not already, you divested your XRP. Certain prominent individuals within the XRP community indicate a growing enthusiasm among its members. Individuals engaged in panic selling were visibly distressed, and Crypto Sensei effectively documented that phenomenon. It is evident that many individuals did not, particularly now that Christians are confident that XRP is poised for significant growth. This is the final preparing for departure waves
Pumpkin asserted that XRP would increase by 40,000% on the day the issue is resolved. He referred to it as a substantial green candle approaching. An increasing number of individuals are attaining this rapid assurance as legal frameworks become more defined and technology advances. Some individuals may perceive it as foolish or trivial. However, you recall, XRP has already accomplished something. Initially, XRP was valued at less than 1 cent, rendering its subsequent valuation of over. Dragon's last article garnered significant attention, prompting him to assert that a 99,900% increase from $3,000 should not be overlooked. He appeared to believe that if XRP could contemplate that and do it, what functions can it do now that it is transparent and operational? Some assert that the market lacked sufficient liquidity when XRP's initial price was established, and that the more advanced, congested, and regulated market is fraught with numerous issues. Some individuals believe that a significant increase will not occur again, approximately $300 to XRP's developmental trajectory during its actualization. The breakout phase that commenced at approximately $22 suggests that $300 may represent a more favorable upper limit. Even if those figures were to increase 50-fold, they would still transform the lives of long-term users, according to XRP Avengers. Certain predictions are extraordinarily implausible. For instance, Levi, a prominent figure in the XRP community, asserts that XRP will attain a value of 500. If XRP were to, global CBDCs could derive significant benefits, resulting in unprecedented market price fluctuations. This pertains to broader discussions regarding the potential facilitation of international payments and the integration with central bank digital currency systems. I am of the opinion that persevering through adversity is commendable. These forecasts are founded on optimism rather than just rhetoric. We anticipate that Ripple's extensive efforts in establishing global alliances and infrastructure will ultimately yield positive results. Although the SEC's case is nearing conclusion, figures such as 40,000% or even 10 may appear extraordinary. They are not merely dreams, however. They demonstrate support for a project that has faced extensive criticism, opposition, and scrutiny, surpassing nearly all other cryptocurrencies.